So, your child's school has started handing out iPads with this thing called Jamf on them, and now you, their parent, have some questions. Will I have a say in how my child can use this device? What if I don't want them playing games or using social media during certain times? What even is Jamf? Well, my name is Andy, and I'm here to help. At Jamf, we strive to help organizations like your child's school succeed with Apple devices. We also know that when your child brings a new device home, it can be a bit scary to think of all the possibilities that device affords them. So we make it easy for you, the parent, to decide how that device can be used outside of school. Let's dive in and take a look at the Jamf Parent app to see just how this all works. First, we need to download and set up the Jamf Parent app. Jamf Parent is available in both the App Store for iOS and iPadOS, as well as the Google Play Store for Android. Go ahead and download it now on the device you want to use to manage your child's Apple device. When you open the Jamf Parent app for the first time, you'll be walked through a quick setup assistant that will explain the privacy policy and make sure your device has the correct settings for the app to function properly. On each page, we explain why that particular feature needs to be enabled so you know exactly what's happening on your device. Now that you've configured the appropriate permissions, it's time to add your child's device to your Jamf Parent app. Tap Get Started to begin. On your child's device, open the app titled Self-Service. In the top right corner of Self-Service, there's an icon that's just for you, the parent. Tap that, and a QR code will appear. On your device with Jamf Parent installed, tap Scan QR Code. You'll need to allow access to your device's camera so Jamf Parent can scan the QR code. Tap OK in the box that appears. Position your device so the camera can scan the QR code on your child's device, and a box will appear to confirm that you want to manage this device. Tap Confirm to continue, and the device will be added to the home page of your Jamf Parent app. If you have more than one child with a school-issued device, you can add additional devices from the home page of Jamf Parent by scrolling down and tapping Add Child. Now that your child's device is added to your Jamf Parent app, it's time to start learning what you can do with it. Start by tapping on the tile for your child's device. From here, we have 3 tabs at the top of the screen: Allowed Apps, Device Rules, and Device. Allowed Apps lets you enable restrictions on your child's device on demand. For example, if you don't want your child using social media right now, you can flip this toggle to off, and any apps categorized as social media will immediately be restricted. Notice how Facebook and Instagram disappear from my child's device when I flip this toggle. Keep in mind that some apps your child uses for homework might fall under one of these categories, so pay attention. If an important homework app disappears when you restrict one of these categories, you might want to change your approach. Fortunately, Jamf Parent gives us plenty of tools. Another option to limit app usage is called App Lock, which allows you to specify one or more apps to lock the device into for a chosen period of time. In the Allowed Apps tab, enable App Lock. If, for example, your child has reading homework they need to complete, you can choose whichever app your child uses for their reading, set a time limit for the restriction, then tap Done. Your child's device is now locked into the chosen reading app until the time limit is up. Do they need to take notes too? Tap Change Allowed Apps to add whichever app they use to take notes, and tap Done again. The timer will reset on your device, and your child will now have access to their reading and notes apps until the time limit is up. If they finish their homework early, just tap Disable App Lock on your device, and the restrictions will be lifted. In addition to restricting apps, you can also use Jamf Parent to restrict certain device functionality. By tapping Restrict Device Functionality, you can choose to disable features like the camera, Safari, Messages, FaceTime, and Game Center. As before, tap Done to confirm your choices. To change your choices, just tap Restrict Device Functionality again to reopen the menu. Finally, if you use an Apple Watch, you can adjust the allowed app categories and restrict device functionality on your child's device directly from your watch. Next up, let's take a look at device rules. It's great to be able to set restrictions on demand, but what if you don't want to manually enable App Lock or allowed app categories every day? That's where device rules come in. Device rules allow you to configure restrictions to apply automatically during a specified window of time. Let's see how this works. To create a new device rule, tap Create Device Rules. Choose day and time to create a device rule that automatically applies at certain times. From here, you can select any of these categories from before or choose a custom set of apps. Tap Custom and then tap Next. To choose the apps you'd like to allow, tap them from this list. Using our earlier example, go ahead and select the Notes app and the Books app, then tap Next. If you'd like to restrict access to specific websites, you can do that here too. Just remember that if you want to do this, you should also enable the web browser Safari on the previous page. Because we didn't allow access to Safari, your child will not be able to access any websites. Since this device rule will allow only the Books and Notes apps, you can tap Next. All that's left is to choose a window of time for the device rule to apply. You can select specific days of the week for this rule to be active, as well as the time for this rule to start and end each day. Alternatively, if you want this rule to apply at all times outside of school hours, you can select Always. Because your Jamf Parent controls only apply when the device isn't at school, your child will never be prevented from doing their schoolwork during class time. Go ahead and configure your preferred time and days, then tap Next. One last step. Give your device rule a clear name to indicate what the rule will do. Once you've named the device rule and confirmed your choices, tap Save. Now that you've created the device rule, Jamf Parent will enforce it automatically during your chosen time window. If you need to set up additional rules, just repeat the process. Finally, the Device tab shows additional information about your child's device. From here, you can see the model, serial number, available storage, and battery level of any device you've added to your Jamf Parent app. Well, that about wraps up our journey through the Jamf Parent app. Hopefully, by now, you're feeling a bit less worried about your child's new device and a bit more excited by the possibilities you and your child have with Jamf Parent. If there were any features you saw in this video that you didn't have access to on your device, reach out to your child's school for help. Otherwise, the steps we went over in this video can also be found in the Jamf Parent Guide by tapping on the gear icon in the top right of the app and selecting Support Documents. We at Jamf are proud to be working with your school to provide a more engaging and interactive learning experience for your children, and we're excited to help you be a part of that experience as well. Thanks for watching, and welcome to the Jamf family.